Good morning, friends. Last class we have seen common forces in mechanics, contact forces. Okay, in contact forces, normal reaction, friction. I said. Okay, another forces, tension in the string, spring force, and buoyancy force. Now we will see friction, another contact force. Friction. Okay. In the last class, what did I mention? The component of contact force normal to the surface is surface in contact called normal reaction. Clear? Which component? Perpendicular component. The component parallel to the surface is called the what? Friction. According to textbook. So contact force, one is perpendicular to the surface, another one is parallel to the surface. So parallel to the surface, which one? The component of the contact force. Parallel to the surface is friction, and normal to the surface is which one normal? The component of contact force normal to the surface is normal reaction. Clear? Frictional force or friction. This is not common force like gravitational force, electrostatic force, magnetic force. Okay, this is not a common force. Common force in the nature we have a 4, but this is friction is not belongs to common forces. Clear? So, when object is moving on the surface, or this is an object resting on a horizontal surface, what are the forces? It is exact. It is placed on horizontal surface. Mg acts downwards. Normal reaction acts upwards. Okay? So we are not talking about these two. Suppose if I apply the force F, what happened? Suppose we apply the instantly for 5 seconds or 2 seconds or 3 seconds we apply the force. What happened? It moves. Okay? We apply and we stop this force. What will happen? It moves certain distance and again it stops. Am I correct or not? Or instead of this object, if you take a car, toy car, apply the force, then what happens? It moves. Okay? And after traveling certain distance, after certain time, what will happen? It stops. Why? So we are not applying the continuously force. We just apply the force and we just push the car and we remove the applied force. Then what happened? It moves and finally it stops. It comes to a rest. Rest. Clear? So it is this when once force applied, it moves, okay, and travels at a distance and stops. It comes to rest, right? Why it is coming to rest? In these two cases, not only in these two cases, everywhere. If you throw the ball on the ground, okay, it travels at a distance. It rolls on the floor and it stops. Okay, if you throw the marble on the floor, what happened? It travels at a distance and stops. Whatever may be there, if you not apply the continuous force, what happened after traveling continuously, not continuous force, if you not apply the continuously force on the body, what happened? They come to rest. Why they are coming to rest? Reason is at contact another force is acting. That force is acts opposite to the motion of the object, relative motion of the objects. So if you take it floor is one object and the pod is another object, there is a relative motion. One is at rest, another one is moving. So the one at a contact surfaces, contact force develop the friction. That friction acts opposite to its motion. So this object is moving in this direction. Friction is act in this direction. This is frictional force. Small f. Due to this friction, actually the friction acts opposite to the relative motion of the objects. Where at contact surface, especially we are talking about solids. Okay, no air is present, only object floor are there. Now object is moving on the floor. After traveling certain distance, what happens? It stops. We are not applying the force continuously. We just pushed or we throw the object and we left it. It travels at a distance and so on. Reason at contact surface frictional force is acting. Okay. Now I hope you understand what is friction. So it is a contact force. It force develops when two bodies are in contact, which opposes the relative motion of object or objects. Understand? So why this contact force is developing? Due to intermolecular forces. Due to intermolecular forces, these contact forces are developing. Clear? Of course, for a tension, especially in strings, tension, why it is developing? Of course, weight is we are hanging, but who is transforming that? It's intermolecular forces. Okay, anyway, here we understood what is friction. Now, it is very important. See, when this friction comes into play, now object is rest. Now friction is acting or not. If acts, what is the direction of the friction? Opposite to relative motion. Now object stops. Is friction acts or not? That is very important. Okay, now suppose we have an object on the floor. Okay, we are applying the force. Suppose assumption this object can move when we apply the, let us say, 10 newtons. Okay, so when I apply the 10 newtons, this can move. But this is only assumption. Just I am assuming that. Now I am applying the force on this object. Let us say F. I am applying force 1 newton. First I am applying 1 newton. His body moves? No, because it's required 10 newtons. Okay, his body moves? No. We are applying force, body is not moving. Why? This is not correct, but because don't say answer you are not applying 10 newtons so that it is not moving. That is not a reason here. When we apply the force, this body, what is the tendency of this body? Tend to move in this body. Body is tend to move. If we are not applying, there is no tendency. Am I correct or not? If we apply, then this body tend to move. Once the body is tend to move, automatically friction will develop at contact surface. This friction we call it as a static friction. What is this friction? Static friction. Because body is at rest. But what is the tendency of this object to move? If we are not, if don't apply the force, it is at rest. Then no friction will act. As soon as we apply the force, clear, now we are applying 1 newton. So this body tend to move. Then friction comes into play. No force, no friction. It's resting on the surface. Understand? Now I increased. Now when 1 Newton I apply, what is the magnitude of static friction? Also, what is this? 1 Newton. If I apply 2 Newtons, again static friction also 2 Newtons. Because when we apply the 2 Newtons, body will not move. Means when as soon as we apply the force, the body is tend to move. Once body is tend to move, frictional force comes into play. Okay. Now this is adjusting, depend on the applied force. When we apply 1 Newton, this will become 1 Newton. If I apply 2 Newton, this will become 2 Newtons. If we apply 3 Newtons, this will become 3 Newtons. If we apply 4 Newtons, this will become 4 Newtons. Up to 5, 6, 7, 8, now we are applying 10. Now 10 Newton. Clear? Now body, what happens? It starts. Before less than 10, body tend to move. Right? Means less than 10 Newtons, that is insufficient. Because that insufficient in the sense friction is encountering them. Understand? So before 9 Newtons, body tend to move. Clear? Why it is not in motion? Because static friction is comes into play. Clear? If we are not applying the force, no static friction. Now I am applying 10 Newtons. And friction also come to 10 Newtons. Body tend to move with a what? With constant velocity. Right? Now body is moving. His body is moving. Now what will happen? Is friction present or not? Already I mentioned in the definition. It opposes the relative motion. So again friction will act. Now body is in motion. This Fs become, we will write Fk, that is kinetic friction. What is that? Kinetic friction. Understand? Now this static friction is varies, it's depend on the applied force. Right? What is the maximum static friction? Fs max will be 10 Newtons. When we apply 1 Newton, static friction is 1 Newton. When we apply 2 Newtons, static friction will be 2 Newton. Up to 10 Newtons. This only assumption I said. It's depend on the weight of the object actually. That all will come to know. Clear? Once it is in motion, friction will not absent. Friction is always acts. When body tend to move or when body is in motion, friction is always acts. When body is in motion, which friction comes into play? Kinetic friction. Experimentally found that kinetic friction Fk is less than Fs, static friction. Clear? I hope you all understand. See, F static friction, this static friction is come to play when body tend to move. Once body is in motion, friction will act. Means that static friction is converted into kinetic friction. Clear? So why this friction is decreases? That's a different case that we don't talk here now. Understand? Now this Fs, static friction or friction, we call it as a self-adjusting force. What is that? Self-adjusting force. So this we can write F. The formula for friction Fs is equal to, or this less than or equal to mu s into n. Okay. So Fs maximum static friction we can write Fs is equal to mu s into n. Now when body is in before 9 Newton, before 10 Newtons, see. Commonly, what are the forces act? This is mg acts downwards, normal reaction acts upwards. N is equal to what? Mg. Then Fs max is equal to mu s into mg. What is this mu s? Mu s. Mu s is coefficient of static friction. What is mu s? Coefficient of static friction. This mu s is depends on the nature of the contact forces. Mu s is coefficient of static friction. It's depend on nature of the contact surfaces. Nature of the contact surfaces. Excuse me. Clear? So actually, see this friction, why it is developed? This is the question. If we see these contact surfaces in microscopically, when macroscopically, in the sense, if we see with our eye, everyone look soft. If we take the beige surface, okay, or paper surface, if we touch our fingers, it look like smooth, soft. But the same surface, if we see microscopically, okay, then that surface will appear like this. We do find up and downs, elevation, depressions. If we place another object on this, their surfaces it's interlocked like this. Okay, this is horizontal surface, this is object surface. What happened? These two will be interlocks here. Understand? Due to this interlocking, when we apply the force, what happened? Due to this interlocking, this by applying the force, what happened? It's tend to move. Then due to this interlocking, what happened? It opposes that motion. So here contact force will develop. Okay? It's if this interlocking is very strong, means if the weight of the object is more downwards, then what happens? Interlocking is very strong. Clear? If interlocking is less, then it is easy to move. So at this contact surface, due to rough, if the surfaces are not smooth, not like this exactly flat. So due to irregularity, then there will be interlocking. Due to this interlock, contact force develop, molecular forces. Understand? So that contact force, what happened? Opposes. That parallel component of contact force opposes the relative motion. That already we mentioned as a friction. So here what is happening? This is happening. Understand? So static friction. This static friction slowly increases. When it is slowly increases, applied force is increases, static friction increases. Just before to move, the friction there between the contact surfaces are maximum static friction. That's why I written this is the perfect statement for the static friction equation. For maximum means Fs or Fs max is equal to mu s n, or n is nothing but what? Mg. If Mg is more, means weight is more, what happens? Friction is more. And very very important point, see, friction or frictional force is depend on Mg, not on contact surfaces. Most of the people think is what did I mention? Due to contact surfaces, it is developed. If contact surface area is increases, then what do we expect? More friction we expect. But that is wrong. Friction is independent of area of contact. It's depend on weight and contact surface. This is very very important point. What is that? Frictional force is independent of area of the contact. If area increases, there is no change in friction. Clear? See, this is a textbook. There is a friction now. I placed here. Now I am applying the force on the book. Now what happened? There is a friction. Clear? Now see, area of contact is more in this case. Now I place like this. Now I am applying the force. But in this case also, whatever the friction is there in this case, same friction will offer contact surface or same in this case also. Or if you keep the book like this, at the contact surface friction remains same. If you keep the book like this, even okay, contact at the contact surface friction remains same, no matter how we are placing the object on the floor or making contact, but it's depend on what? Mass of or weight of the object. Due to this weight, interlocking increases. Understand? So frictional force is independent of area of contact, and it's depend on what? This is what we mentioned, mu. Mu is coefficient of friction. So it's depend on the nature of the contact surfaces. So this is general formula. For maximum friction formula we will write Fs max is equal to mu s mg. You can write n also, no problem. Okay, once body is in motion, means after maximum static friction, what happens? Comes to into after once applied force is encounters the maximum static friction, body start moves. When body is in motion, friction offers by the contact surfaces are called kinetic friction. Okay, kinetic friction formula it is also same. Fk is equal to mu k into mg, or Fk is equal to mu k into n. What is Fk? Fk is the coefficient of kinetic friction. Mu s is the coefficient of static friction. Mu k is the coefficient of kinetic friction. Understand? Right. Make a note of this. Okay. Now we have seen two equations. One is static friction maximum, that is mu s into n or mg. N. It is n is equal to here. This is for what? When a body is placed like this. When applied force is F is there, static friction acts like. Okay? Clear? Then F is greater than Fs. Applied force is greater than Fs. Clear? Then what happened? Body, first case is this one. Okay? F we are applying. Fs acts. Now body is moving. Am I correct or not? When body moves, here this is at the contact surface mu s is there. Now when body moves, this will become mu k. Okay? Right? Now what is this friction? We call it as a Fk, kinetic friction. What is kinetic friction equation? Fk is equal to mu k into n. What experimentally they proved? What did the experimental study saying that Fs is greater than Fk and mu s is greater than mu k. Okay? Now they mentioned, what did they mention in the textbook? Frictional force that opposes relative motion between surfaces in contact is called kinetic or sliding friction, and it is decreased by, it is denoted by K. Kinetic friction, like a static friction, it is found to be independent of area of contact and independent of the velocity. Okay, mu k is called coefficient of kinetic friction. It's depend on surfaces in contact. When relative motion has begun, acceleration of the body according to the second law. Okay, now already we have seen everything. Now F is greater than, F keep on applying. Now it is moving, kinetic friction is there. Suppose if this is accelerated. Okay, so Fk is acting in this direction. What is the net force? According to second law, Newton's second law. When external force is there, if net force is not zero, body accelerates. F is acting forward direction, Fk is acting backward direction. This is equal to m into A. Clear? If you want to calculate A is equal to F minus Fk by what is that? M. Okay. Suppose body is not accelerated. Body is not accelerated. Then A is equal to 0. A is equal to 0 means velocity is constant. In this case, what happens if you apply this? F is equal to F minus Fk is equal to 0. F is equal to what? Fk. So F is equal to mu k into what is that? M G R N. Or F is equal to mu k into N. If accelerates, this will be the equation. If not, if it is not accelerating, just moving in the sense it's moving with constant velocity. Okay? Understand? Now, what happened? F is equal to Fk because acceleration 0. See, once it is set into motion, what happened? Kinetic friction comes into play. This kinetic friction is lesser than static friction. To set the body move, we need to apply more force. Once it is comes into the motion, friction decreases. When friction decreases, upright force also decreases. But in this case, it moves with constant velocity. Clear? So here we do expect the question: what are the units of coefficient of friction? What are the units? It's simple. F is equal to mu s. I am taking maximum static friction. Fs is equal to n. So sorry, F is equal to mu s into n. Mu s is equal to F by n. N is what? Newton. Normal reaction is also a force. Newton cancel. So no units for static friction. Coefficient of static friction. For frictional force, no. It is also force, but coefficient of friction there is no units. For kinetic friction also, coefficient of kinetic friction also, no units. Clear? I hope you all understand this explanation. Clear? When tended to move, static friction is self-adjusting, it's by applying force. And kinetic friction, when body is in motion, then the friction develops at the contact surfaces. That we call it as a kinetic friction. Clear? Which is greater? Static friction is greater than kinetic friction. Clear? Here they mention very clearly the laws of friction given above do not have the status of fundamental laws like those for gravitational, electric and magnetic forces. They are empirical relations that are only approximately true. There is no proof for this formula or this formula. They mention these are empirical rules. Understand? There is no proof. We will write directly this expression. Okay? But without friction, we cannot imagine. Imagine no friction surfaces in our life. Friction is helps to walk on the ground. Without friction, we cannot go. Because if you observe, when we are walking, how we are walking, see, you just observe. We push the ground back. Am I correct or not? With our foot. If there is no friction, then what will happen? We cannot push. Our leg will skid or it slides on the surface. So we cannot walk. I am holding the book. Because of the friction, there is interlocking between my skin and this paper. I am holding the chalk. There is an interlocking between two surfaces. If not, what happens? It falls down chalk. Clear? So, we have an advantage with the friction and disadvantage with the friction. Disadvantage we will see. Clear? Without friction, we cannot imagine our life. We cannot do anything. Clear? Anyway, this friction is always opposes the relative motion between bodies. Okay. Right. We will see example problem 5.7. Determine the maximum acceleration of the train in which a box lying on its floor which remains stationary, given that the coefficient of static friction between the box and the train floor is 0.15. No units for the static friction. Reason I explained there. What they are asking, maximum acceleration of the train. See, a box placed like this. Here. Right? Now, to understand this, to find this question, to find this solution, we need to see our practical experience. So, we are in the vehicle. The vehicle is suddenly accelerates, suddenly started. We fall front or back, we fall back. Right? Or already it is in motion. Apply the brake, we fall forward. Am I correct or not? Reason, see, you just imagine okay, it's accelerating. What happened? Floor will accelerate, right? But I already mentioned this, we will consider this one body and this is another body, right? This body before start, what is that? These two are at rest, means at rest. Velocity is also 0. Body suddenly accelerates. What happened? This floor moves, right? And we feel we are going back. We are at rest actually, but floor suddenly moves. So our body try to maintain same state. That's why we feel move back. Understand? Clear? Because what happened at this contact surface? As soon as it starts relative motion in this direction, friction will act opposite. See, our body try to, what happened when friction moves forward, our body moves back. Floor is moved front, our body moves back. Then what happened? Our body going back, friction will act with respect to us, friction will act forward direction. Understand? See, I will draw like this. Here we have our foot. Relative motion, clear? When floor moves front, our legs moving back. Am I correct or not? So relative motion of the foot is back, then friction force act forward. So moves now after instantly we fall back and again we move with the vehicle. Who brings us forward? Contact force. What is a contact force there? Frictional force. Understand? So here vehicle is accelerating, suddenly accelerates, we fall back. Instead what happened? Contact force, we adjusted that, and due to our adjustment contact force is developed. That contact force brings us with the vehicle. Actually vehicle is not apply the force directly on our body, right? Contact forces are acting. Am I correct or not? So here also same. When this train wagon is suddenly accelerates, what happened? Tendency of the box is go, move back. When this box is, what is the tendency? Move back. Immediately friction acts forward direction. Yes, static friction. Clear, box is at rest only. So who does this train wagon for this wagon, train engine accelerated. For on the box, who is accelerating this box? Frictional force is accelerating the box because train engine is not directly applying the force on the box. What is applying for which is acting? Friction acting. So friction accelerates the box. Which box which we placed in that? When the acceleration is 0, then what happened? Suddenly stop, frictional force. Suddenly, what happened? Option. When body tend to move, friction force comes into play. Here, when floor moves front, box tend to move back. Once it is tend to move, then frictional force comes into play. Clear? So, to bring this box, who is helping? Frictional force. So Fs max is equal to mu s into mg. This is accelerating. So ma is equal to mu s mg. Mm cancel. A is equal to mu s g. What is mu value? 0.15 into g value. Did they take 9.8 or 10? They taken 10. So 10. So 1.5 meter per second square. Here, this is the acceleration of the train. I hope you all understand. So very interesting force. This is frictional force. Clear? So you may have a doubt. So this is the maximum acceleration. 1.5 meter per second square. If the train accelerates with 1.5 meter per second square, then what happened? Box move with the wagon, right? If train acts, A is equal to 2 meter per second square. Then what happened in that case? In that case, this box will slide back because this acceleration of maximum acceleration is 1.5. We are accelerating more than 1.5. In that case, box moves with the wagon but go back. It hits the back surface. Understand? If it is 1.5, it never goes back, but it moves with the train. If it is 2 meter per second square, it slides back, even though friction acting. Understand? So this is very, very important point. Now, make a note of this. We will see next example problem. Next, eighth example problem. A mass of 4 kg rests on a horizontal plane. The plane is gradually inclined until at an angle theta is equal to 15 degree with the horizontal. The mass just begin to slide. What is the coefficient of static friction between the block and the surface? It's an important question. Okay, clear? I will explain. This is what horizontal surface. Clear? This is a horizontal surface. Now, this is not correct. Again, I place the key on this, right? Now, this is horizontal, no problem. See, now, surface is making an angle with the horizontal. Clear? Now, key is resting on the book. There is no motion. See, when I am making like this, now key, what is the tendency of the key? Going down, moving down, incline the plane. Then what happened? Friction is act up the plane. See, as I increase the angle, it is sliding. Am I correct on that? When it is a horizontal, there is no friction is acting. When I am making like this, what is the tendency of the key? Moving down. So tendency is there. Then friction acts up. So this surface we call it as the angle between horizontal and this plane. We call it as angle of inclination, or this we call it as an inclined surface. Understand? Clear? This I will draw same situation on the board. Clear? Now, so we place the object like this. Instead of key, you imagine the object. So this is angle theta. What is the tendency of the object? Move down. Am I correct or not? Then frictional force act in this direction. It is just tend to move. So which friction act? Starting friction Fs. Clear? So it is tended to move, then they are asking theta. When the body is tended to move down, this angle we call it as angle of repose. What is that? Angle of repose. Now, I already mentioned mg acts downwards, we have seen in the last class. Normal reaction acts perpendicular to the contact surface. So, this angle is theta. This component mg along this one, mg, what? Mg cos theta. Why it is tending down on inclined surface? One component of mg acts along the contact surface. mg not along the contact surface. This acts like this downwards. mg sin theta. Due to this mg sin theta, body tend to move down. Actually, this is mg sin theta acts like this at the center of the object. But we will draw force at this point only. Clear? Don't confuse. mg sin theta, mg cos theta is balances. This is normal reaction acts perpendicular to the contact surface. I already mentioned like this. Clear? So mg cos theta balances mg cos theta. And unbalanced, this is mg sin theta, gravity force, a component of the mg, moves this body down the plane. When it is tended to move, what happens? Frictional force acts at the contact surface. This mg sin theta is not acting at a contact surface, but I have drawn on the surface. Clear? As theta increases, what happens? Sin theta increases. At theta increases, sin, what are the values? Theta increases, sin theta values also increases. So mg sin theta increases. mg sin theta increases, body try to move or slide down. This is the situation they given. They are asking what is the mu value. Okay? Clear? So here, if you draw the forces, free body diagram, this is N. N is balances. Which one? mg cos theta. Starting friction is acting like this, and this is balances mg sin theta. The mg no need to write because we resolve. Am I correct or not? So n is equal to mg cos theta, and fs is equal to what is that? mg sin theta. 1, 2. So they are asking mu. So to get that, do 2 by 1. So what is that? mg sin theta by mg cos theta is equal to fs. Fs means what? Mu s into n by n. Am I correct or not? mg cancel. Here fs already we have seen formula. Mu s into n. So nn cancel. Sin theta by cos theta, tan theta. So mu s is equal to tan theta. What is the angle given according to the question? How many degrees? It's given 15 degrees. So theta is given 15 degrees. So mu s is equal to tan 15. So this is very important formula. When body is on inclined plane, static friction is equal to mu s is equal to tan theta. angle of inclination, tan of angle of inclination. Clear? So the value is 0.27. This value is 0.27. See, here you need to remember one more point. This coefficient of friction µs is always less than 1. It never be equal to 1. Understand? Clear? Remember this. Reason, you see this formula, you can find this reason from this formula. Okay? Now we'll see another example problem, ninth one. What is the ninth example? What is the acceleration of the block and trolley system shown in the figure? If the coefficient of kinetic friction between the trolley and the surface is 0.04, what is the tension in the string? Take G is equal to 10 meter per second square, neglect the mass of the string. They given figure like this. This is one surface. There is a trolley. Okay, here this mass is given 20 kg. The coefficient of friction, kinetic friction given mu k. Coefficient of kinetic friction mu k value is given as 0.04. 0.04. What is the acceleration of the block and the trolley system shown? Is the coefficient of friction. What is the tension in the string? They asked. So this mass also given. This mass is m is equal to 3 kg. Yes. Next, what did they ask? G asking us to take 10 meter per second square. Now, so this is the string placed one end connected to the trolley and another end connected to mass placed over a pulley. Pulley uses it is change the direction of the tension. That's all. Always we will take frictionless pulley here. Pulley is nothing but a wheel. It is hinged to reach supports. Okay, it is a wheel. Clear? With an axle. Clear? So this string, this rope placed over a pulley. Now they are asking acceleration of the system A, first question, and next tension in the string, second question. First, take this object. On this object, which force will act? Mg will act. That is always downwards. And then Mg downward acting, tension acts upwards. This pulley transmits the tension. It will not change the tension value, and it changes the direction. So what happened? It is like this now. So this direction changes. This tension will act towards here. Now this trolley moves in this direction. Frictional force act in this direction. This is F K. Okay. And for this object, Mg acts downwards. Normal reaction acts upwards because these two in contact, but here there is no contact. It is what? Hung by string. Okay, now trolley accelerating means this is accelerating downwards, so that it accelerating in this direction. First, I am drawing free body diagram for this trolley. FBD for trolley. Take the Mg is acting downwards, normal reaction acting upwards, tension acting in this direction, and kinetic friction is acting in this direction. But it is accelerating in the direction of tension. Clear? Now, free body for this object. This is take mg. You take this as a capital M, this as a small m. And the tension is acting upwards. Which direction it is accelerating? Downwards. Okay? And now from this, how do we write which is dominating? How do we decide that? Acceleration decides which force is dominating. So dominating force you take first. So acceleration acting downward. So downward force dominating mg. Opposite is t. This causing these forces causing acceleration in this round m. Similarly, which force is dominating here horizontally? Acceleration in the direction of t. So t dominating minus what is opposite? Fk. This acceleration in this triangle. So capital T. Then clear. This t is equal to, how do you write Fk? T minus Fk, how do you write? Mu k into n is equal to m. Clear? So they are asking acceleration and then tension. So first we will try to find out acceleration. Clear? Add these two equations. How do you write? Minus t plus small m. This is capital M. Small mg, small mga. If you add these two, tt will be cancel. What do you get? This is small mg, right? Small mg minus mu k. N is what? From this, how do you write? N is equal to mg. Capital M, g is equal to capital M a plus small m. Right? Now from this expression, a we can write, a you take it common, m plus m is equal to small m, g also take it common, so g take it common, small m minus mu k capital M. Then a is equal to g into small m minus mu k capital M by capital M plus small m. All values are given. Substitute. Small m is 3 kg, capital M is 20 kg, mu k is given. Substitute, you will get the A. That A value, substitute in this expression, you will get T. That's all. So, free body diagram and framing the equations are important. Right. See, according to this formula, I substitute value. G value 10, small m value 3, minus what is mu k value? 0.04. Okay? Capital M, trial mass. This you take it capital M. Small m is this mass. Okay? 20 plus 3. 10, 3. 0.04 into 20, 0.8. 3 minus 0.8 is 2.2. 20 plus 3, 23. Substituted, we got 9.6. 0.9.6 meter per second square. This value substituting here. From that, how do we write T? mg minus ma is equal to T. Both are what? Small m. Small m into g minus a is equal to T. M already 3. G is 10. 0.96 is equal to T. Substituting, you will get the answer. Clear?